Welcome to Back to School Night. This is AP Music Theory, and I'm Mr. Leff, and I'm excited to have your students in my class this year. I could already tell it's a great group of kids. There's a lot of really talented musicians, which is going to make this class a lot of fun. First thing I wanted to do is talk about the different platforms that we're going to be using with all the different technologies. First, of course, is Google Classroom, which the students are very familiar with. That's where I will be posting the majority of the materials, the daily exercises, homework, tests, assignments, quizzes, all that stuff, and they're very familiar with this platform already. The next two are new, and normally we wouldn't be using these, but since we are in distance learning, we had to find some alternate tech options that will help them with their class. The first one is called Sight Reading Factory, sightreadingfactory.com. And it's free for the students. What it does is generates music for the students to practice their sight singing, which I will talk about in a few slides. The next one is Smart Music at smartmusic.com. This one's also free for the students. It's similar to Sight Reading Factory, but this one has a lot more features and options and settings. And both of these are really good for the students to practice their sight singing skills and to get feedback on what they are doing, where normally we would be singing together and I can give them feedback, but with the technical limitations, we can't all sing together. It just doesn't work. So these tech options are some good alternates for them. The students already have their login information for this. They are signed up and registered, and I've given them a little tour of both of these, but these are supplemental practice websites for them. The textbooks that they need for the class, the two on top, Tonal Harmony and Music for Sight Singing, those are the ones provided by the school. The first one covers the theory portion of this class, and then again, another resource for sight singing. Those two books are okay. They're college textbooks, which doesn't always work for us being a high school class. We don't even get through most of those texts. We only need to cover a little bit. So what I found is a very good textbook. It's Barron's AP Music Theory, and it's the 4th edition is coming out any day now. This is written for high school students, and it's written for our specific class in mind, AP Music Theory. So I highly recommend all students purchase this book. It's $35 on Amazon. And it has all kinds of resources in the book that the students can work through. They can write in the book. It has practice tests, and it's written by an AP Music Theory teacher who knows everything about this course. So highly recommend this book. It is tailored perfect for what we need. So about the course, there, I believe, is a misconception about what this class actually is. And I believe the students didn't really know too much about this either coming in. They knew that there's going to be theory. It's called music theory, and that includes written skills and analysis of music. We look at the building blocks and blueprints of music. It's a lot of brain knowledge. It's a lot of studying and looking at different rules and looking at music from the 1600s and 1700s and learning about how to write music in that era. But the part that they might not have known about is there's a whole ear training component to this class. It's about half of the class. And that includes dictation, where I will play music on the piano or on an instrument, and they have to write down what I play. Without seeing the music, they have to be able to hear it and then write it down, which is tricky. And then also sight singing. Yes, they do have to sing. All of our students in this class this year are instrumentalists. They play piano or violin or saxophone or an instrument like that, but everyone does have to sing. It's part of the AP exam, and it's part of our class. The reason that we have ear training in this class is it's a way to develop a musical skill that's not correlated to a tactile instrument. For example, I play the trumpet, and if I wanted to play the note F, I would just put down this valve, this one button, and the note F would come out 99% of the time. I don't need to be hearing that note. I don't need to know what that note sounds like. But if I was asked to sing in F, I needed to use my musical skills and my ear training to get me to that note. So once you take away the instrument and you're just singing, you're using your own voice and you're using your own ears, it's a better test of a musician's musical abilities once you get rid of the instrument that sometimes is a crutch for them. So ear training is something that we're going to be working on developing throughout the entire class. It's like another instrument that they have to be practicing. I'm going to give the students a lot of resources online, stuff that we can do together in class, and the 2 platforms that I showed earlier that they need to be working through to make sure that they're advancing their skills in the ear training part of this class. It's not like another class where you can just study the chapter before the test and then take it and then try to memorize all that information real quick. This is a skill that has to be developed over the course of the whole year so that by the time it gets to the AP exam in May, they're ready and they've developed their skills a good amount. This class is modeled after a college class since it is advanced placement. And we cover everything that a college music theory class would cover in its first year. If one were to be a college music major, they would get all the same information. So with that being said, the grading is just like a college class would be. It's just tests and homework, and that's it. There's no grades or smiley face stickers for showing up and having a good attitude and participating. It's just the work that they turn in. So there's 2 types of tests, the written tests, which correspond to the theory portion of the class, and the ear training tests, which is dictation and sight singing in that portion of the class. And then the remainder is homework. So it's really important that the students stay on track, are studying their skills and studying the material and turning in homework, and they'll get a good grade. That's all I have. If you have any questions, there's my contact info, bleff@heartdistrict.org. Please feel free to reach out if you have any questions, and I'm looking forward to working with your students this year. Thanks.